Welcome to Do-It-Yourself Eliquid Recipes. I'm John, I'm a flavor compounder, and for today's video, I have something a little different to show you from the past recipes. Today, I will be making a caramel New York cheesecake in a full flavor version and in a thick crust, no caramel version. The reason I say this recipe is different is because it's a little more advanced and needs more ingredients in a wider variety that not everyone might have all in hand. So about the mix, this recipe has some interesting notes. I will start with the dragon fruit that on a first look, it looks like there's no place for a flavor like that in a cheesecake recipe. But the reason we are using it today is because of the amount of triacetyl citrate in it. This ingredient is basically another version of triacetine. It helps blend flavors and even out the recipe. Dragon fruit, when used very low, at 0.5% to 1%, it helps emulsify flavors of different thickness into an even palette. If you make the recipe and you find dragon fruit at 1% too much, then lower it to 0.5% without causing much flavor change. The rest of the recipe is made from two ingredients for the crust, the graham cracker and sugar cookie, and the rest of the ingredients are creating the cream or are there for the mouthfeel. Another very important ingredient, and the last one I will talk about, is the butter. You will need it here, and it doesn't have to be from Capella. Even an acetone-based butter flavor from your local supermarket might even work, but experiment with the ratios first before adding it because a little butter can go a long way, and after your recipe will end up tasting like popcorn with milk. The second recipe is very similar to the full flavor one, but this time I made the crust to be the main profile. If you like a good chewy cheesecake crust, give this recipe a try and see for yourself. I kept the ratios a little low on the safe side, but if you make it and you need even more crust, go for 2.5% of graham cracker and 2% of sugar cookie. The ratios for the vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol are 70% VG and 30% PG for the first recipe, and 60% VG and 40% PG for the second recipe. That's because the second recipe needs a little more of propylene glycol to amplify the mouthfeel of the crust flavor. One very good thing about this recipe is the stepping time. Most of the flavor in this mix are light flavors, and you can get most of maturing done in about 2 or 3 days. Leave it for a week and maybe in glass if you have the time to do so for a deeper steep. Now, as I said, this is not exactly a beginner recipe, but if you don't have any of the flavors, you will need about $30 to get everything here. Now I will let it steep and I will be right back for a quick review for you. Okay, so I forgot to time it and it's been here for 1 hour now. But anyway, this time I will try it on this mod first because I just ran out of juice. I will fill it a little bit and set it at 18 watts. It's a little bit of high temperature, but I want to get a full hit for the taste this time. Okay, so let me shake it and I will try it right now. Yeah, this one is great. I really like it. I can't even tell it's fresh. If you shake it well and let it in warm water for about an hour, it should taste as good as it should. Yeah, I like it. I can't taste the dragon fruit much, but I can tell it's there a little bit. I like the cream a lot, and the crust just helps blend all the flavors together very nicely. It is very good. I should have filled it up with more of it. Okay, so now I will vape the alder juice. I have it in this mod, and I will be using a 0.5 ohms mouth-to-lung stainless steel coil. I will shake it a little bit, turn it on, and I will give it a try very quick. Yeah, it is very similar, but now that I've vaped both back to back, I can tell this one has been steeped, but it's not a big difference. What I can taste more though is the caramel. It has come out much more and even covered the dragon fruit this time. So what I can tell from this is with a little time that I let it go, the dragon fruit goes and does what it's supposed to do, which is blend everything together, and now all you can taste is a caramel flavored cream with a cheesecake crust in the background. Now if you have the flavors that I used, give this one a try. Maybe start with a small 5 ml sample first to see if you like it. It should be enough to give you an idea about this recipe. If you make it, let me know how you find it, and if you changed anything, I would like to see your version too. I have all the information about the recipe in the description. That is all I have for today. See you next time.